Hello and welcome to another daily challenge. Timing is really weird for my daily challenges. Today is actually the 11th, but the score that it shows me originally is the 12th. So, yeah, makes me wonder if the server's set in Australia or something. I don't know. That's just weird. But, looks like yesterday was a good one. He got 111,000. That's more than I've ever got in one run. But I've got no score to compete with yet. Today I'm going to be talking about the importance of music education. If you don't fully get what I mean either sending your child or yourself going to learn a musical instrument in some sort of educational setting. There have been many studies done that show links between cognitive abilities being improved by music education. I didn't write down the exact statistic, but I believe it was 22% increase in math scores and 20% increase in English scores for people, regardless of the socioeconomic settings, if they take music education. And this is comparing a school that has good music education program versus a poor music education program, but everything else is independent. So it's not, you're not going to have people with a poor socioeconomic setting getting worse scores because it's a poor, socioeconomic setting. There are many different things that it can increase. Stupid dog, don't come back. This is the annoying thing about damsels. They'll just take off on their own, trying to be all independent, trying to save you. Really sucks when they walk on the spikes. Oh, there was already a rock down there. I didn't need to bring one. Oh well. So there's various things that music education will help you with. Whether it be you as a parent having your child start it, or you as an adult deciding that you want to learn an instrument. One of the main things is it will help you in your other subjects if you're going to school right now. So if you're in college or high school or whatever, if you're already taking classes, it will help you with your other classes. Like I said, it helps the math and English scores in a study that was done. It helps you in a lot of ways, so it'll help you pretty much in just about any subject that you do. There have been many studies. In fact, I'm debating on whether I'm going to even bother looking up all the journals that I've found and linking them in the description, because really, honestly, it's really easy to research, and you barely even have to type anything to find the scholarly articles. I can talk. Really, all you have to do is type in music education journal and you'll find all sorts of stuff, all sorts of peer-reviewed papers. Anyways, other benefits. There have been studies that show an increase in IQ, which obviously is not making you smarter. It's just it's really just a cognitive ability to recognize things such as patterns and make connections in your head. It's basically just a useful thing to have a high IQ. It's not really going to mean you're smarter than someone else. It's hard to really define what makes someone smarter or more intelligent. It's kind of arbitrary. It will increase your spatial temporal awareness, which is how things go together, which will help you in math especially, and similar subjects such as that. I believe there have been studies done that showed that I almost want to buy this just to reduce my score and have a chance at killing things that you normally can't kill by jumping on them. Why not? I don't care. But yeah, I believe listening to classical music has been shown to increase these kinds of things a little bit as well. But ideally, you would learn an entire instrument and get into that setting. Some other benefits to that are, as an adult, it's a great stress reliever. I can definitely vouch for it being a very, very good stress reliever to go into music education. And it's not, I mean, unless you go into some really stuck-up tutor to learn music education, which I don't recommend. I recommend actually going into a class setting. It's going to be really laid back, and the teacher's going to be understanding of, you know, how poorly or well you're doing. Basically, they're not going to look at you and say, you should be at this level. They're going to say, let's see what level you're at right now, and let's see if you can improve. And that is generally how it goes. I mean, there's probably some stuck-up classes that expect you to be able to do everything by the end, but generally, if you're an adult and you want to go back into music education, I notice there's a lot of colleges that have classes that are called something like piano for adults, or piano for non-music majors, and those are the kind of courses that you want to look for, because the music major classes are going to expect you to be at a certain level. They're going to expect you to know all of the music theory. Oh look, it's one of my favorite types of levels. It's better than a dark level. So you kind of want to avoid that kind of class, unless, you know, you're into that sort of thing. If you're like me and you want to actually take a music theory class. Sadly, I never took one, though I know some music theory. I have some basics down from osmosis, I guess. What else are benefits to it? Let's see. It promotes teamwork. I guess there's that. A lot of things you're going to have to work with other people on, especially if you're in like a concert band type setting. Music education has been shown to help people who have learning disabilities. It helps people with expressing themselves. It can help you with things, you know, like dyslexia and stuff like that. It'll help you out. At least it has been shown to. I don't really know, because I have like a really minor case of dyslexia. When I'm typing, I'll sometimes type dyslexically, sometimes I'll stumble over my own words, but it hasn't really inhibited my school, so I can't really say that I have it that bad. So I can't really tell you how that helped me, but I have been doing music education for most of my life. I started out with the usual stuff that everyone has to do, like learning a recorder in grade school, that kind of thing. And then I was interested in the violin, so I took a strings class in grade school, and I learned the violin. And then I was kind of sad that I didn't learn the viola, because that was a interesting instrument I'd never heard of before. If you don't know what it is, it's basically a cello that's the size of a violin. It's as big as a violin is, but its range is similar to a cello. So it's a very interesting instrument. I then went to try and learn saxophone in middle school. If you're not American, that's like 6th grade to 8th grade. But I didn't do saxophone for very long, because the parts that the teacher gave me weren't the kind of things that I had wanted to learn for saxophone. I wanted to learn, you know, jazz improvisation and all the cool stuff that I think of whenever I think of a saxophone. if you're a fan of anime, then you probably thought of a few songs that... Uh-oh, that's not good. That's gonna blow me up. I'm not doing that. Pretty sure it will. I'm trying to think of the one in particular. Someone asked me if I could play. Oh my. Brain no worky when want not die. Oh, I feel confident that I'll continue surviving. Might as well buy at least one smooch. Kissing booths. That's funny. Especially when it's a dog. Like, really? What? I then moved on to trumpet. And I played that for basically the rest of my school music career, whatever. I didn't really stick with music. Probably could have, but I didn't know what I'd do for a degree. I mean, being a teacher or getting into a, I don't know, into a concert setting, I don't know. Oh, it's an undead version. Those Chinese zombie things can be a pain sometimes. But they're basically the frogs. It's pretty much the same jumping pattern. It's either really small or really big. Never sure what to expect. Stupid zombie. Oh, I'm gonna go over here. I would like the king's crown. I got a chance to play trumpet in various settings. I started off with concert band, which is probably the most generic thing you can do. And, ooh, a shotgun. This is exciting. Stop grabbing onto the tree. Oh no, it's a vampire. Go away. I'm trying to get my gun. Oh. I wasn't expecting him to die that easily. But I also ended up doing pep band, which was fun. And jazz band, eventually. And really interesting experience in jazz band was I was asked to learn how to improvise, which is just making up a song as you go. And I was given a solo, an improvisational solo, in front of a full room of an audience. It was a big performance, and there were 4 or 5 of us, I think, that actually had to do an improv solo, and we just switched between each other. Whoa. I don't like those frogs. They freak me out. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, man. Well, it's a good thing I took notes, because I noticed something that I missed mentioning. Apparently, music education also reduces the effects of aging on neural timing, which is our neural ability to encode sound. So apparently, according to a study, I don't know how much it's been peer-reviewed, or how many different studies have been done on it, but apparently having a music education and sticking with a musical instrument will reduce the effects of auditory aging, so your hearing won't go away as quickly. Which would be pretty handy for me, considering I'm starting to go deaf. It's hereditary. In general, music education is important to me, and I believe that everyone should at least try music education, and it has a lot of benefits. So if you can actually afford to rent an instrument or some other way get into it, then I highly suggest it. I mostly just play piano, but I barely even got a music education on it. I've just taught myself since I was 12, basically. But I took a piano class for adults that was called Piano for Non-Majors, and it was a lot of fun. It was an interesting experience because it focused on every aspect, and it focused on one of the things that I'm really bad at, which is sight reading. And I can't just sit down and look at a sheet of music and play the song immediately. I have to slowly go over it, and then I eventually just memorize it. But it actually helped me a little bit with that. There were sight reading exercises and things like that that you normally wouldn't think of if you were teaching yourself. So yeah, hopefully you found that interesting. Maybe you've already heard about this before, but I wanted to cover it because it's important to me. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you next time.